Check out this tweet. We got this tweet from Benny Johnson. He posted the video from Project Veritas. I suppose I could have just pulled it up from Veritas, but Benny Johnson had a really great hashtag attached to it. So lied suddenly, and we all thought that was pretty good, so shout out to Benny. And this is the video. I'll play just a little bit. It's 10 minutes long. I'm not going to play the whole thing for you, but we'll play a little bit of this so you can see what happens.
Hey there. Is this seat taken? You work for Pfizer. My question for you is, why does Pfizer want to hide from the public the fact that they're mutating the COVID viruses?
Is this real life? I'm literally a liar. I was trying to impress a person on a date by lying. This is absurd.
Please don't touch me. Well, this is not. By the way, don't tell anybody.
Someone who's just working at a company to literally help the public. You up. You really did. Please bring the cops as soon as possible. I'm really very unsafe.
Can you please unlock your door?
No, don't let them leave.
Please unlock.
Don't let them leave. Please unlock the door. Then look, he attacks James. Look at this.
Please unlock. Please unlock the door.
This is crazy.
Please unlock the door. Unlock the door.
He says you can't just record people like that. Actually, you can.
We're trying to unlock the door. Unlock the door.
This is the best video in ages.
Yo, this video is crazy. That was the highlight reel. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday. So for those that don't know the context, James O'Keefe's Project Veritas was undercover filming a guy who's listed as a Pfizer director of strategic research or something like that. And he's saying that they're exploring mutating COVID to sort of preempt it so they can make more vaccines, make more money off the vaccines. He says, don't tell anybody. They even have a clip in this where he's like, you're not recording me, are you? Why you keep talking about this? Don't be recording me or whatever. So that's the context here. Now, I think James has been particularly forthcoming in breaking down what this story is. You'll notice the first thing that James shows in it is the guy saying, I am a liar. I was trying to impress someone on a date. Not true. He says, I'm not a doctor. He says, I'm just a consultant. Veritas put that right in the first 15 seconds. They want you to understand that. Of course, what you're going to hear from the fact checkers, and I'll pull this up, is they're trying to make it seem like Veritas came out and asserted that Pfizer was doing this. Right. No. What Veritas came out and said was, hey, we got this guy on camera who is listed as a director at Pfizer saying they're looking into doing this. Can we get some answers as to why he's talking about that? Hey, maybe he is just trying to impress some guy on a date. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I talked about it the other day. I think that happens. People are, hey, let me tell you about the corporate malfeasance I'm involved in. Yeah. For some reason, they think it'll attract a mate.
The thirst, that's why. It's the thirst.
But man, like, we got a bunch of crazy news. But when I actually saw the video of the dude physically attacking the Veritas crew, and then take a look at this. At the end, James leaves. Let me play the last minute. Check this out.
Come on, guys. Where's the car? Where's the vehicle?
Keep walking.
Come on. Let me.
So he's leaving, but I also want to point out they locked the Veritas crew in the restaurant. This is the weird thing. James walks in all calmly, walks up to this guy, and he's like, "Can you answer why you said these things?" The dude goes to the store owner. The store owner takes his side immediately, and James is like this calm dude wearing a suit, being like, "I'm just a journalist asking questions." Here's where it gets crazy. She says, "You need to leave," and he goes, "Okay, we're leaving." Then this guy, Walker, says, no, don't let them leave. Don't leave. And James is like, ma'am, he doesn't want us to leave. Is it okay if we stay and ask him a few questions? Then the lady apparently, or someone at the restaurant, goes and locks them in. And James is like, can you please unlock the door and let me leave? It's the craziest story. And then, so here's where we're at. Now James is leaving. Check this out.
Witness one of the most remarkable interactions ever. Do we have the iPad? So we're getting into the vehicle now. Where's our car?
So it says Walker desperately tried to stop a car he believed was crewed by Veritas.
And that car is like, what is going on?
But by this point, James and production had already left the restaurant.
Cop, stand right there. Yo, stop.
Yo, that's so crazy.
He's charging the guy, charging.
I can't make an arrest at this point if you don't have the victim right here.
Okay. Because if he was here, you'd arrest that guy?
If he was here, yes.
Oh, then...
If James O'Keefe was still there, they would have arrested Walker. Here's what I got to say about this, and what we should talk about. The ending there, I think, is the most revealing. That he tried to stop a random car, jumping up and down in the street.
Yeah.
What must be going through this guy's mind that he would have such, what's the unhinged reaction? Like, yo, dude, lost it. I'm kind of wondering, he's saying like, I'm lying, I swear I'm lying. And I'm wondering if he spilled the beans in a situation where you spill the beans like this, you could sink a multi-billion-dollar company. You're going to cause a lot of problems. His reaction's only making it worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, what's in his contract that they can bring against him now? Like, what penalties is he going to face from Pfizer? I can't imagine.
NDA violation, easy.
Yeah, at least.
I imagine that being in that situation could end his career. I mean, who's going to want to hire the guy after that?
I mean, to be honest, if his reaction to James O'Keefe was like, look, man, they're really doing it, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and it freaks me out. That's why I was talking about it.
He got a job with James O'Keefe.
He got a job with James O'Keefe. He could have been one of those whistleblowers that gets one of those GoFundMes. Instead, he loses his mind, attacks them. Yeah. Now nobody was anywhere. But I don't know. What do you think? Is this just a guy who was lying because he wanted some dude to like him?
I think the big thing is we just need the government and Pfizer to just be honest with us. I mean, I feel like this whole interaction was kind of like a microcosm of COVID since 2020. Like if somebody said something and then someone else, James O'Keefe, came and said, "Hey, can I get some more information on that?" And then the regime
and they lock him inside.
And they freak out. And they say, "You can't ask that question. You're the liar. The gaslighting starts. You're the one that's in the wrong." Then we all get locked inside together. Yeah. I mean, this has been the reaction since COVID started. Anytime a reasonable person says, "Hey, can we get a little bit more information on this? This is interesting that there was the Wuhan Institute of Virology right there. Do you think maybe it came from that lab?" Boom, you're nuked automatically. You say, "Hey, I don't want to have to take this vaccine. I don't want to have to lock my community down." And then boom, they are all over you, just like this. The exact same reaction that gentleman had.
The stuff with Wuhan, that's the thing that really bothers me the most. Is that is the most obvious assumption that people are going to make. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, right? Whether it came from the lab or not. Personally, it seems likely to me, but at the same time, it also seems the most obvious thing that people are going to assume.
Right.
So to nuke people's, Twitter pages or social media accounts or whatever for saying something that is for an uninformed person, a person that's ignorant about how viruses work and stuff, making that kind of conclusion and saying, "Oh, well, that seems it to me," and then just being like, "Well, you lose all of your social media privileges just because you thought of something that seemed like an obvious idea."
But the lab leak theory stuff was weird. Early on during the pandemic, we talked about it. I talked about it. There was no issue on YouTube. Then all of a sudden, for like a few months, there was. If you claimed it was a lab leak, all of a sudden it was like, now you're getting banned.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it was gone again, and then Jon Stewart came out and he said, "Come on, guys."
Right.
Like, you think the bat coronavirus emerged from a wet market across the street from the Wuhan Coronavirus Research Center?
Yeah.
Come on. And then Colbert actually argued with him. And I'm like, at that point, everyone's kind of leaning in that direction. And I think it's fair to say there's no direct proof. I think it's fair to say common sense or a reasonable assumption is, come on.
Yeah.
But do we have I'll put it this way. What we do have is early on in the pandemic, there were researchers at the University of Beijing who put out a report or some research paper saying that people had been bitten by bats and peed on by bats. I would like some sworn testimony on that, but hey, look, you're dealing with communist China. Good luck getting it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is a reasonable assumption that it's the case. But you know what? I don't know. I'm not an expert. I defer to directors at Pfizer.
Right. Let's hear what they have to say.
Who work on these things and tell their dates that it most likely came from a lab because they were doing gain-of-function research.
Yeah.
I like that at one point he goes, "Like all men, I lied." It's like, man, just throwing everyone with you.
Sounds like a feminist.
That's why.
Excuse me.
Look, the bigger the story, the bigger the lie.
Yeah.
For him to come out, I lied. It's like, okay, now I don't think you did.
Right.
If he came out, there's so many things he could have done. He could have come out and started he could have told James, "I've been working with the CEO directly," and then just started hammering out the lies, had totally discredited himself. Instead, he goes the route of physically attacking, screaming, jumping in front of cars, yelling, "I'm a liar! I'm a liar! Please believe me!" It's like
really bad behavior.
Bro, if you're a liar, I'm not going to believe you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll tell you what I think. I don't think he was lying to impress a date. I think he was trying to impress a date.
He's telling the truth to impress a date.
There's a part of this video, I think it's this video, where right here, check this out. Look at this. This part right here. Let me play this part.
Not want the public to know that you guys are doing directed evolution.
Bro, what's going on here? I got this like an interview.
I'm just
I don't know, it's kept freaking me out. I mean, these like flashbacks to that like sting organization of like those conservative people who like randomly go into organizations and then like befriend people who work in these organizations and then report them, which happened to people at Pfizer. So it like freaks me out when people start asking a lot of questions about work. It's so great. Why would that go to this company?
Because I just want to know the answer.
They're not probably reporting me. Oh my god, Jason, that'd be horrible. You better not be reporting me or something.
And he was.
Oh man.
Yep.
That's so crazy. What's going on here? That's crazy, dude.
That's hilarious.
You know what this reminds me of?
Why are we back on this topic?
Yeah.
I like how he
Because I
walks,
want to know the answer.
walks in like Chris Hansen.
Yeah. So he thought it, but then he still wanted to continue impressing his date.
Yeah,
and so the
yeah.
next day when James O'Keefe comes in, he's just like, oh, man.
Yeah. Well, when we talked about this before, you were saying, like, at what point do they start being suspicious, right? That, like, if you keep asking specifically about this job that you're not supposed to talk about, at what point are they like, maybe something's going on? But I guess this person is so, I don't know, unhinged, maybe a little bit emotionally
This
loose.
is why I think he's telling the truth. He actually gets to the point where he expresses, why are you asking me this? It kind of makes me feel like I'm being recorded. Yeah, like he's starting to realize, hey, wait a minute, what I'm saying could be a problem.
Second
I think
third or fifth date in, though.
Third date, I think. He said third date in the video.
Oh, man.
I mean, I gotta say, I do feel bad because these people are on dates. They're laughing. They're enjoying themselves. This guy goes on some dating app, meets some guy he really likes, and then, you know, he's like, they're out for pizza. They got this nice pizza there. Could you imagine, like, sitting down, you're chilling, not trying to think about work. The dude you're actually with is about to destroy your life.
Yeah.
You know, he's secretly recording you.
I do feel bad for him. It is also, at the same time, hilarious. I can't help it. Like,
well, no, his reaction going crazy is hilarious. But I'm just like, man, I think his brain broke when he realized.
Yeah, he's totally panicking.
Yeah.
Look, when you get a Twitter employee being like, yeah, we ban people, then the information gets released by Veritas, it's like, well, what's the worst that's going to happen? Your liberal friends are going to be like, good for you. Screw those Nazis.
Yep.
But what happens if you come out and you're like, all of those evil things we've been accused of that you don't believe are happening, I admit it to people in private, and now everybody knows I said it, and that either I'm lying or we're doing it. So now what are you going to do?
Yeah, he knows he's basically going to validate the argument of the other side that they've already said is completely and totally evil. So where does that leave him? I think that's probably why he's in such a panic.
I bet the media comes out now and says, mentally unhinged man confronted by Veritas, story completely discredited.
you think they're going to throw him under the bus?
Oh, yeah.
Someone's going to be like, he has a history of this, that, and the other, which like is almost more disgusting because if that's true, if he has whatever issues, like they're going to use it for their protection.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.